Quarter-final day at the Citi Open in Washington, D.C. 4 nations represented in the Elite 8, but with half the lineup home heroes, it's a day to savour for American tennis fans. A power play to start in the blazing heat on Stadium Court. Fresh from winning the Newport title, Ivo Karlovic would take on USA's Jack Sock, a slugfest of heavy servers. No break opportunities in set 1.
Closing out much better in a position that he relishes.
It was little surprise when a tiebreak would follow. Karlovic with the edge and luck on his side.
Some trickery.
Karlovic had won 3 of the 4 meetings between the two, and after surviving 4 break points and a set point in the second, the Croat turned the tiebreak around.
Oh, that's a nice touch from Karlovic.
A cool customer to be able to just pull that off with such flair. Nine years after his first trip to the Final Four here, he returns as the first semi-finalist of the Citi Open.
Another All-American clash would follow, with top seed John Isner facing Steve Johnson in a repeat of last year's semi-final. Another battle of big hitters, yet another tiebreak would decide set 1. Johnson with terrific improvisation to level it up.
Oh, it's in. It's on the baseline, and the mini break is retrieved. Excellent return again from Johnson.
Off 146-mile-an-hour serve.
Johnson ahead, and yet another blockbuster tiebreak would decide set 2. Isner had several chances to close it out, but Johnson was inspired.
It's another one. Way behind the baseline there. It's impressive to be able to pull off a winner from back there.
He refused to lose. And he goes up against one of the biggest weapons and neutralizes it with a little help from his friend. But Steve Johnson's a semi-finalist for the 2nd straight year in Washington, D.C.
With Isner out, Gael Monfils would be the highest remaining seed, and he looked in the mood taking on former Washington semi-finalist Sam Querrey.
Oh, that's an incredible angle.
A set-up and in control, Monfils would display his trademark hang time in set 2.
Human highlight reel at its best.
But against the run of play, it was Querrey who finally had the Monfils serve under pressure.
Sam Querrey breaks Gael Monfils for the first time in this tournament.
This one was going the distance, but having suffered the setback, Monfils came back out, fighting and focused.
Oh, that's what we call here sprinter speed.
The Frenchman on his way to a 3rd Washington semi-final.
And there it is. He vanquishes the 8th seed Sam Querrey in front of an American crowd to move through to the semi-finals for the 3rd time in as many appearances.
Alexander Zverev would face Benoit Paire in the last quarter-final, and the German would race into a double break advantage with his rival clearly out of sorts.
Well, that's one of the quickest breaks of serve you'll see. A love break in about 45 seconds, and Paire contributing hugely to it.
It was a bizarre performance from Paire, at one point producing 3 double faults in a row. The set was conceded with a whimper after just 19 minutes.
A truly bizarre opening set. Let's just remember what's at stake here, guys. A semi-final in an ATP World Tour 500 event.
There were signs of life from the French world number 24 in set 2, but the break in game 6 still seemed inevitable.
There it is. The volley drifts wide from Paire. And Zverev closing in on a place in another major semi-final.
After reaching the quarter-finals in Washington last year, Zverev was on the verge of making the Final Four.
Alex Zverev makes another major semi-final.
So our 2016 Citi Open semi-final lineup is known. Steve Johnson will take on Ivo Karlovic, and Gael Monfils up against Alexander Zverev in Washington on Saturday.